Hello there, this is Dr. Jimmy. Dr. Jimmy again, how are you? And first of all, t-shirt of the day is Ghostbusters, and it's purple, yes, very purple, because I'm a big supporter of Orlando City Soccer Club. It's my favourite football team, yes. And in fact, I've got a big statement to make about that as far as purple goes, which I'll tell you about a little bit later, some other day, when it's all finished. But when it happens, it should be a very dramatic statement indeed. But that's not what this video is about. Oh no, something rather unexpected happened yesterday, although in a weird way, it was expected. How can it be both unexpected and expected? We'll get to that. It was definitely unprecedented. You know, in the past, we used to not get any official information about Halloween Horror Nights until, well, near the end of August. But then when IPs started to become more and more prevalent, they started announcing the IPs earlier in the year. In fact, the first time it really happened was 2007, when back in June of 2007 they let us know that Freddy and Jason and Leatherface were going to be at the event. Yes, before they really describe the houses, they let us know they're coming and they'll have houses. Oh, see, and as time went on and the event became more and more driven by intellectual properties, especially in 2012, then they started announcing earlier and earlier, usually in June. Some of the IPs would be announced early, but as time went on, it became more and more of a pattern that they'd start announcing various intellectual properties earlier in the year, and soon it happened earlier than June. It happened in May, and then last year we were quite startled when they announced both Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Exorcist in April. Wow, April, that's really early. They never announced a house that early before, until yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday, March 29th, and on that day we got the first official announcement for a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights 27 in March 29th. And it's not even April yet. Good God, I haven't even done my April 1st video, All Secrets of Halloween Horror Nights 27 revealed yet. That's going to be on Saturday. And they've already announced the house officially. That kind of takes the wind out of my sails, doesn't it? I'm still doing the videos though, still doing them. So it was rather unexpected for us to get an announcement so freaking early in March. But what was expected was the house they announced. In fact, it was the house that we expected more than any other this year. You see, back last year, they had a house on American Horror Story, of course, which contained 3 series of the program in an Uber house, remember? For Halloween Horror Nights 26, they had a haunted house that featured Murder House, the first series of the program, the 4th series, Freak Show, and the 5th series, Hotel, all in one big gigantic house in Soundstage, what was it, Soundstage 20, wasn't it, or 19? Which Soundstage was that? It was Soundstage 19, the first house ever in Soundstage 19. A big, enormous thing it was. Oh my goodness, so spectacular. And so, back then, while the event was going, in fact, before the event even began, there were people speculating. Well, that means that next year, which is this year, of course, for Halloween Horror Nights 27, they'll probably do another American Horror Story house and cover the 3 seasons they didn't do last year, or that year. And so that was what everyone expected. And that is exactly what was announced yesterday. It will be another big Uber house. And Michael Aiello on the Halloween Horror Nights blog described, indeed, a big Uber house might very well be in Soundstage 19 again. We don't know, but it'll be the biggest house of the whole event. And that will be featuring the 3 series they did not touch last year. Thus the 2nd series, Asylum, the 3rd series, Coven, and the 6th series, Roanoke, which was on telly during the event last year. So that would be expected. And IO says we can expect to see, for example, in the Asylum scenes, bloody face and the evil doctor's creations from Asylum. We can expect to see in the Coven scenes Papa Legba and the Minotaur from that series, and we can expect to see in the Roanoke scenes Piggy Man and the Polk family of cannibals. But I hope we see more than just that. For Asylum, I really want to see, you know, the sister who got possessed by the devil, and of course there's also the angel of death herself with her black wings, aliens, you know, and especially, oh my God, what I want so much, and I hope they do it, is the name game scene, where they all start singing and dancing the name game, you know, Banana Fana, Lana Banana, right? Yeah. Yes, you know the name game. You take a name like, say, Lenny, and it goes Lenny, Lenny, Momeni, Banana Fana, Bobeni, Fee, Fi, Fo, Fenny, Lenny, right? Never sing the name game if your name is Chuck, because then it will be Fee, Fi, Fo, Fa. Ooh. Yeah, never sing the name game if you're Chuck. That's not a good name for a name game. But, anyway, yeah, gotta have the name game. I hope they do. And of course, little Pepper is in that too. Remember, Pepper was in Freak Show, but she was also in Asylum. Yes, so we might see her come back, I hope. And of course, Coven, all the witches, and the Supreme Marie Laveau. They gotta have Madame Lalaurie. Oh yeah, and let's not forget. It should be quite fun. And in Roanoke, of course, they've got to have Mott's ghost. I forget Mott's first name. Was it Andrew Mott or Edward Mott? Whatever it is. He's like the ancestor of Dandy Mott from Freak Show. But he's in that one. And of course we have the Butcher. Oh yes, the Butcher. I've got to have the Butcher. So I'm really hot anticipating what looks like it's going to be a swell house for Halloween Horror Nights 27. So, big surprise that it was announced yesterday, but not so much surprise what the house was. Now, it may have surprised a few people because there's some fellows over in Hollywood think they know what's going to happen in Hollywood for their horror nights. They got all the mazes and everything. They're telling people this is what it's going to be. They said they're having an American Horror Story, Roanoke only. Now, if they're right, well, Hollywood will just have Roanoke, and we'll have all those other. We'll have Roanoke, Coven, and Asylum, so we can say nanny, nanny, boo boo to people in Hollywood who just have Roanoke. But maybe they're wrong. Maybe that list isn't as accurate as they think it is, and they'll get all three of them over in Hollywood too. I don't know. Could be. Maybe. So that might be a bit of a shock. But it sort of contradicts that list. But then you never know how much is shared between the two parks anywhere. There may not be as much sharing as people think. Don't know yet myself. I've heard rumors and whispers. Some of the things on that list in Hollywood may be in Orlando, but I don't know for a fact about any of it. So, except of course American Horror Story, because that's the one thing everybody knows now. Wow. So we've got that. It also means I have to start thinking up cocktails already. It's only March. I've got to figure out 3 cocktails. One for Asylum, one for Coven, and one for Roanoke. What sort of cocktails can I dream up? I've got some ideas. I don't know yet exactly what they will be. I may do something like one of those Bloody Mary alternatives that has beef broth in it. Sounds a bit icky, but there is such a thing. What's it called? Is it called a Bloody Caesar? No, that's one with clamato juice. I forget what it's called. Bloody Bull or something like that. That might be appropriate for Roanoke. I'll have to figure out exactly what to put in the drinks. And so I'll be making cocktail videos sometime in the near future. And of course, on Saturday will be my annual silliness, which is going to be slightly made even more ridiculous because we already know a house before I reveal everything. Which, of course, it would be quite silly, since what I say is going to happen and what actually will likely have nothing in common with each other. But that's what the day is for, after all. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, but quite an unexpected happy surprise to be given a house announcement so early. So they've got one house already. We know what it is. So what about the other houses? And how many are there? Will there be 8 houses or 9 houses this year? Will we go up to 10? Where will they put the houses? Same places as before? Or will they come up with another location for a sprung tent of some sort? I've heard rumors about an area being built near Fallon, which isn't being used for a queue yet, because they got that virtual queue. Maybe there'll be something they're building there. They can stick another tent. But then queues to get in might be tricky. I don't know. It'll be very intriguing. Maybe that area is just for queue areas to get into haunted houses. That could be too. I don't know. It's all rather intriguing. How many houses will we have, and what will they be? Except for American Horror Story. That one we know already. Ooh, exciting. I think we're in for a fun ride. If we start announcing in March, we'll probably get at least 1 or 2 more announcements in April. Ooh, joy. But of course, don't forget, on Saturday you'll find out all secrets revealed. My annual indulgence of bullshit, which will be very, very silly this year, I can promise you that. So watch for that on Saturday. Until then, this is your beloved Dr. Jimmy. I may make some videos between now and then besides this one. I may be going back to Horror Nights history for Halloween Horror Nights 25, of course. I still have to talk about more houses there. So that'll be fun. So that's what I've got to say for now. I hope you enjoyed it. We are having American Horror Story again this year. Asylum, Coven and Roanoke. Ooh, can't wait. It should be a lot of fun. Ta-ta!